We are now live. Okay. We're almost ready. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at 6 o'clock, we'll begin Urbana City Council regular session meeting for January 20th. The meeting will come to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Jumper.
Present.
Mr. Scott.
I'm here.
Mr. Davis.
Here.
Mr. Lutz.
Here.
Mr. Thackeray.
Here.
Mrs. Collier.
Yes.
Mrs. Bean.
Here.
Okay, please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item on the agenda this evening is the approval of minutes from the regular session on January 6th, 2026. Can we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any corrections, comments?
Yeah, one comment, please.
Yes.
It seemed to me that either there's a clerical error or Ms. Jumper is switching,
The slides.
switching side. It lists her as Mr. Jumper. Reports.
There's one Mr. Trudeau.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, but it's.
Wow. Thank you. We'll have that corrected after the meeting. The clerk will get us started talking to. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
I will wear the kind of chain. I also note that a fine councilwoman pointed out that I had failed to correct the President Paul presided over the last meeting and not President Pro Tem me. So I've got that amended as well too.
It's almost going to get better from here, right?
You approved me, so I'm good.
See, we approved him.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor of approving minutes from January 6th, 2026, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you. We have no communications this evening, as you can tell. So we are on to Board of Control, item number 1, please.
Board of Control recommends council authorize the blanket purchase order list for 2026. SNF Polydynes, the vendor the city utilizes for polymer for use in water treatment and is paid from the sewer fund. EJ Prescott Inc. is the vendor the city utilizes for various parts and inventory items for the water department and is paid from the water fund. And Smart Bill is the vendor the city utilizes for utility bill printing and mailing services and is paid from the general fund. See Board of Control attachment number 1, passed by Board of Control by a vote of 3-0.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Clerk. Council, do we have a motion on Board of Control item number 1, please?
I'll place it on the floor for discussion, possibly passing.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Matt?
For SNF Polydyne, the PO for this year, we heard is $80,000. We spent a little bit over $81,000 last year. For EJP, the PO for this year, $75,000. Last year, we spent just over $80,000. And then thirdly, Smartville, this PO is for $60,000. Last year, we spent $54,500, but there was a postage increase at the end of last year, so that's why we went a little bit higher for this year. And these all 3 are blanket purchase orders that we can use all throughout the year.
Thank you. Council questions, comments? Now's the time. Anything at all? Okay, hearing none, let's roll call on Board of Control item number 1, please.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Ms. Trudeau.
Yes.
Mr. Thackeray. Yes. Mrs. Collier.
Yes.
Mrs. Bean.
Yes.
Ms. Jumper.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Council. Board of Control item has passed unanimously. On to number 2, please.
Board of Control recommends council authorize a purchase order to Butler, Fairman, and Suford, Inc., BFNS, Inc., in the amount of $174,415 for engineering services to include government applications, design, bidding, construction administration, construction observation, construction testing, and miscellaneous service for the proposed FAA, AIG, and AIP project at the Urbana Grimes Airport. The project consists of the design, contract documents, permitting, and bid package for a new taxi lane, as well as the construction of a new 6-unit T-hangar building. This expense will be charged to the FAA Grants Fund. See Board of Control Attachment Number 2, passed by Board of Control by a vote of 3-0.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion on Board of Control item number 2, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I am. So as it reads, these are going to be two separate engineering agreements through BFNS, one for the taxi lane project and an additional one for the actual hangar construction. On their end, it just makes things a bit simpler when the bidding comes due to have these projects a little bit separate. It's still the same project, but they're separate in that way. We are going to be utilizing two different FAA grants for this project, AIP, which is our annual entitlement funds from the FAA, as well as our AIG funding, which has been accumulating for the last about 5 years now. So we're going to use that funding first, and then whatever's left over, we're going to utilize our entitlement funding for. This is also going to put together the FAA application for the actual project itself. So it'll be pretty comprehensive. And then we'll be coming back to you for an actual FAA application in the future.
Great. Thanks, Ray. Council, questions, comments?
Where would the hangar be?
The hangar is going to be south. If you remember the airport, the most recent set of T hangars that were built, just south of there. So there's about a 220 odd some foot gap in between there and the fence line over there. Hangars.
Do we have an estimated cost on the project?
Total estimated cost, this project can be 95% reimbursable, keep in mind. Total estimated cost is $609,000 ballpark as of right now.
So we'd be on for 5% there. Thank you.
Anything else, council? Questions, comments? Last chance? Okay, let's roll call Board of Control item number 2, please.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Mr. Trudeau.
Yes.
Mr. Thackeray.
Yes.
Mrs. Collier.
Yes.
Mrs. Bean. Ms. Jumper.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
No.
Okay. Thank you, council. Board of Control item number 2 passes 6-1. Please note Mr. Scott's dissenting vote. Okay, we're moving on to citizens' comments. We have one citizen signed in this evening, Mr. Winter. Coming up, state your name and your address. Before you get started, we have just a couple basic rules.
Okay.
You have 5 minutes to say your piece. It's not a question-answer interaction thing. It's just your chance to state to council what your concerns or questions or issues or anything that you want to tell them about. Okay. We'll set a clock. We'll give you a flag at about a minute to go, just to let you know. Okay, well, you never know.
I don't think.
You get on a roll.
Stating it.
Just in case you get to roll, we're going to make sure everybody gets equal time. So whenever you're ready, are you ready? Yeah. Okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead. Okay.
All right, my name is Brad Winter Sr. I live actually just outside the town. I own a property at 670 East Ward Street. Excuse me a voice. So my question was going to be, is there a data center in the pipeline? And since this isn't a question and answer situation, I can't ask that. I have asked that question to a couple elected officials in our county, town, and I've gotten vague answers multiple times. So this has created a firestorm in certain municipalities, and I'm not saying I'm opposed to a data center. What I'm opposed to is the lack of time and ability of the people that live in the town to be able to respond to it, if there is one in the pipeline. So unfortunately, the CRA that was passed, it eliminates a lot of transparency as to what's going on in the background. And so my son and a friend of his was here a month ago or so to try, before that, but it was probably a little longer than that, to try to curb that vote, at least for the section behind the county building that appears that they are going to put an industrial park, something along those lines. And we have a local industrial park person that was fully unaware that any of this was going on, which would be Betty Sherman. And so I'm not saying that there's any kind of whatever. I'm just saying that if we don't know what's going on, I would highly suggest that we consider maybe like a 3-year moratorium on data centers so that we can study the effects of Sydney and some of these Piqua and some of these other ones that have been rushed in and the constituents didn't have time to react, and they're already in. I mean, they've already approved them, I believe. So, because that is something that will change the town. Could create a lot of noise, could create some other things. So, can't ask a question. Think I've made my point. And by the way, downtown looks great. High Street looks great. There's a lot of positive things going on. Let's all work together, keep them going on together.
Great. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Good comments. Okay, we're moving on to ordinances and resolutions. We have one third reading this evening.
Third reading for ordinance 4388-26, an ordinance authorizing the indigent defense agreement with Champaign County Commissioners to allow the city and county to receive partial reimbursement from the Ohio Public Defender Commission for the indigent expenses in the Champaign County Municipal Courts. Third reading is required.
Okay, council, do we have a motion on ordinance 4388-26?
Place ordinance 4388-26 on the floor for discussion and final passage.
Second.
Okay, she was way ahead.
So being a third reading, just synopsize, this legislation allows an agreement between the county and the city to provide attorneys to indigent individuals can't afford an attorney who violate our local ordinances that has jail time attached to it. Housekeeping legislation, we do it every year, and we're just asking you to be able to do it again.
Okay, council questions, comments?
Yeah, you just
Don't you wanna know?
comment that if it has jail time, so that's a stipulation.
Yeah, so under the Constitution, you are entitled, you have a right to an attorney if you have a charge that would result in the possibility of your liberty being taken away. So you're only entitled to a court-appointed attorney if it's a jail offense.
Okay, I just wanted to hear that again. Thank you.
Sure.
Anything else, council? All right, this is a third reading, so let's roll call on ordinance 4388-26, please.
Mr. Love,
Yes.
Mr. Thackeray,
Yes.
Mrs. Collier,
Yes.
Mrs. Bean,
Yes.
Ms. Jumper,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
All right, thank you, council. Ordinance 4388-26 has passed unanimously. We have no second readings this evening. We do have 3 first readings this evening. If you start with number 1.
Resolution 2437-26, a resolution confirming the appointments of Matthew Welbaum and Audra Bean to the Tax Incentive Review Council, TURC, for calendar years 2026 through 2028. One reading required.
Okay, council, this is a 1 reading resolution. Do we have a motion on resolution 2437-26?
So moved.
Second.
Spencer?
Thank you. So the Turk Review Committee, which is the Tax Incentive Review Committee, is established to review and evaluate the performance of each enterprise zone agreement, community reinvestment area agreement, and tax increment financing projects / districts on behalf of the city. Previously, I believe Councilwoman Bean and former Finance Director Chris Betcher served on that committee. This resolution is to reappoint Councilwoman Bean and new Finance Director Welbaum. That's it.
Great, thank you. Questions, comments, council?
There's like 4 or 5 people, I think, different organizations are represented on there.
Yes, there's township representation, there's village representation, as well as for the city, any impacted areas that have tax incentives in place.
Like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Anything else, council? Questions, comments? Floor is open. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll call resolution 2437-26.
Mr. Thackeray.
Yes.
Mrs. Collier.
Yes.
Mrs. Bean.
Yes.
Ms. Jumper.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Ms. Shulev.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, council. 2437-26 has passed unanimously. Congratulations, Dean, and well done. Next item, please.
Resolution 2646-26. A resolution authorizing acceptance of the Victims of Crime Act VOCA grant as authorized by the Ohio Attorney General and declaring an emergency. One reading required.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a motion on resolution 2646-26?
I'll make a motion to place resolution 2646-26 on the floor for discussion, possible passage.
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. President.
So, here in Ohio, Champaign County and in Urbana, the rights of victims of crime are taken very seriously at all levels by the legislature on down. You may have been aware of the passage of Marcy's Law last year, which actually was a constitutional amendment granting certain rights to victims of crime. So we at the law department here in the city offer a number of services to victims who are connected to a crime. We have an advocacy agency essentially, and that's our executive assistant does it, and we actually have a victim advocate that we hired to assist us with that. The Attorney General's office administers this program called the Victims of Crime Act, where they authorize grant funds to be given to different entities that provide services to victims of crime at certain levels. It's a level funding grant. In other words, the amount that they awarded the city this year is the same amount they awarded last year, same amount they awarded the year before. But we need council's blessing to accept that because it is a 20% match by the city for the money that they provide us. So your exhibit A just breaks down what the grant was. It was a total of $25,613.25 divided out amongst our advocates, and we just need council's blessing to accept the grant.
Okay, thank you. Council, any questions or comments? Okay, let's go ahead and roll call resolution 2646-26.
Mrs. Collier.
Yes.
Mrs. Bean.
Yes.
Ms. Jumper.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Ms. Shulev.
Yes.
Mr. Thackeray.
Yes. Okay, thank you, council. Resolution 2646-26 passes unanimously. Next item, please.
Resolution 2726-26. A resolution declaring the necessity of constructing sidewalks, curbs, and/or gutters along at least portions of Bonner Drive, Camelot Drive, Pine Tree Drive, Cambridge Drive, New Haven Drive, Parkway Boulevard, Players Court, Brentwood Circle, Rose Circle, South Jefferson Avenue, and declaring an emergency. One reading required.
Okay, thank you. Council, do we have a motion on resolution 2726-26?
I'll place resolution 2726-26 on the floor for discussion. Possible passage.
Okay, do we have a second?
A second.
Okay, thank you. Spencer? Okay, all right.
This is our annual sidewalk curb and gutter program. 2 years ago, we had kind of a piecemeal program as well like this, where we mark sidewalks or curbs in the paving area for the year, for the next year, and get out ahead of that to make sure those are in good repair before we pave the street. Likewise, this precedes our paving program for 2026. Letters were sent out in the fall. That's our Chapter 913 letters. If this resolution passes, we would then send a certified letter under Ohio Revised Code 729. And that would go out to those who have either not responded to us, or maybe their permit they've already pulled is not quite done yet. So those letters would go to them. Those who have opted in to our city program by signing the letter we send out in the fall, they would not get a certified letter. So I'll go over some of the stats with you on this year's program. You can see the estimate I pulled together. The estimate, the specifications, and the plans are all supposed to be filed with the clerk, which they were today. And with the estimate, you'll notice the color coding there. The green are already done. So these have already completed their work for the year. And the green ones in total, there are 77 properties already done by private contractors. There are also 5 that are mostly done. They just have some asphalt left to fill in front of the curbs where they had a form board. So they would be considered done once that's said and done. So there's 5 of those. There are 11 that are already permitted but not yet started. And there are 39 that have not responded. So our response rate this year is pretty good. We had 183 total properties. That number looks a little inflated because we do have 3 condominium complexes on Parkway Boulevard. And those are reflected in the chart there. One of them has gotten their work done. Another one is opted in. And the other one, some of the owners have not responded. The last page of that estimate has the city work, including it's orange, which is stormwater work. So we either have catch basins to repair or replace before we go and do the street. And then the blue is capital program works, such as putting curb ramps in the sidewalk portions of this project, which are along Parkway Boulevard, or doing the city's own work, which is in front of our own properties that we own, like detention basins or property on Bonnier Drive or the median islands near La Palma there. So those types of things are in blue. Timeline, we have this new deadline date for everyone to comply with would be April 24th. If they do not comply and get their stuff done by April 24th, and the city follows with a contractor that has won the bid. We would go out to bid in February, hope to have numbers back by late February. And then we would do the construction work in May and June. And then bills would be sent out to those who have done their work in front of their homes. We would send those bills out in August, and September is when the assessments happen. So I think that's all I have, but if there are any questions, please let me know. I know in your resolution 2, we needed to mention that Players Court and not Circle, and also South Jefferson Avenue, not Street. So those needed to be revised in the resolution.
Council questions or comments? Please, floor is open.
Necessity. Could you explain what the necessities were to have all this done in these areas?
So the resolution of necessity, that terminology follows the Ohio Revised Code, Chapter 729. It also says, just like our Chapter 913, that sidewalks, curbs, and gutters to be kept in good repair by the abandoned properties. So because of our standards, we have 2 standards, one for sidewalk disrepair and one for curb disrepair. Clay goes out ahead of time and tries to see what's in the field versus what's on our standards. And that's why some are marked that are either crumbling or cracked too heavily. And those types of things are marked. So the necessity would be in getting those fixed.
In those places where there was not sidewalks or curbs, I know somebody who lives on New Haven. I don't think they have sidewalks
Correct.
or curbs. So
They have
how was it determined to make that change?
no changes. Those who have curbs we mark the sections that are, have poor curves. Those who have curved and sidewalks like Parkway or Players Court, Bentwood Court, and Pro Circle that have curbs and sidewalks. So we're not adding anything new on those streets. It's just replace what you have if it's effective.
Thank you.
Please.
One question, Tyler. Are you going to pave the Parkway condos?
No.
I see some repairs on here. Are you just doing deep repairs? Park Drive condominium, total cost $8,400. Looks like $2,349 is 6-inch asphalt pavement
So
repair.
the condos abut Parkway Boulevard, so any of the curbing that's in disrepair along their frontage, because their frontage isn't just one condo unit, it's a whole lane.
Right.
So that's what that refers to. The asphalt repair is what's out in front of the curb. So they overcut by a foot to get their form board in and then repair that asphalt.
Oh, well. So their drive, that's up to their condo association to fix their drive, which is then to be repaired. Okay.
Yes, they've never had the top course put on.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Council, anything else? Floor is still open. Questions, comments? Okay, let's roll call resolution 2726-26, please.
Mrs. Bean,
Yes.
Ms. Shumpert,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mr. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Rulo,
I say about my Cletus, yes.
Mr. Thackeray. Yes. Mrs. Collier.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, council. Resolution 2726-26 passes unanimously. Do we have any department liaison reports for this evening?
Why not?
All right.
You all heard Mr. Winter speak of potential data center, nothing actually coming in. Anyone that is objection to this, start attending the planning commission. Because as it sets now, there's nothing council can do unless they come to us for an abatement, which with those kind of pockets, I doubt they will. So take your rights to planning commission. Sorry, planning commission, I threw you under the bus.
Right, thank you. Any other reports this evening? Okay, let's move on to miscellaneous business. Let's start with Ms. Speed this time.
Nothing, thank you, President.
Okay. Mary?
No.
Pat? Thank you. Stephanie?
Well, yes, I'd like to just say that our church sponsored the MLK events for Martin Luther King on Sunday. It was very nice. I always say I get disappointed when I don't see dignitaries from our city there. Mr. Bean explained why he's not there. He usually is. Credit to him. But yeah, it always bothers me that I don't see more of our dignitaries. And other than that, Tyler, let me explain, you know me and the sidewalks and curbs and this. I said yes. You know, I still haven't, this thing like that. That's now fine. I wanted to explain that, but, at least I said yes. But other than that, I really don't have anything.
Okay, thank you. Davis? Mr. Scott?
I'm good, thanks.
Schubert?
I do have some. Many of us have now heard the chatter or discussion about a potential data center coming to Route 55 and 68 behind the county building. I'd like to clarify that that has not come in front of council to be voted on. I also think that during the December meeting, I requested an amendment to a citywide CRA ordinance wording which was dismissed as unnecessary at the time. However, I proved my point that it's significant of a detail that it should have been reworded. Personally, I'm not opposed to a concept of a data center. Rather, I'm more concerned about the potential consequences, including increased utility costs, environmental pollution that may adversely affect our residents, the private lakes, Cedar Bog, and not to mention the strain that it have on the infrastructure on the south end. I believe there has been a lack of transparency on this matter and that there have been government bodies planning this for quite some time, leaving us uninformed. And I think that it might be, like Clete said, a little bit too late for us to do anything about it now. That is all.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to city staff, Mr. Mayor.
I just want to thank council for passing Resolution 272626.
We've been doing this now for, what, 4 years? Or 9 total?
Yeah, but started out there on Miller Drive. And
Time flies.
But yeah, it's something we keep doing, and people come in from outside our community and think, especially coming out of Scioto, North and South Main, how nice everything looks because of our curb and gutter and sidewalk program. And because of what you have done over the past, we're able to keep doing this. And I thank the citizens for their participation and setting aside money that allows them to go out for 5 years and pay with their taxes. So it's working great, and the community looks great because of that. So I just want to thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Spencer.
I'd like to share with the group a letter that the city of Urbana received at the very beginning of the year. I also shared this letter at our administrative staff meeting last week. So if I could just read this to you. Dear Mr. Mitchell, on Monday, December 29th, I was traveling east from Columbus, Indiana with my sister and my wife, and we decided to stop at Oakdale Cemetery to visit the grave site of my grandparents. It was blustery cold, wind chill below zero, and I had not made an appointment ahead of time. I stopped at the office hoping someone could assist me. To my surprise, one of the cemetery crew hopped right up and said he would be happy to help. He located the correct records and found my grandfather's gravesite location. He then took me to the map, which showed where the grave was located. As I was thanking him for his help, he said he would drive ahead of me to show me the location within the cemetery. With his help, we located the grave sites of my grandparents, great-grandparents, and several more relatives in the Carson plot. I am absolutely sure we would have never located this site without assistance. My sister and I will be eternally grateful for his ready willingness to assist. I am sorry that I did not get his name. Please let your employees at Oakdale know just how much this kindness meant to us. I could not have asked for more. Sincerely, Austin Abraham, Hagerstown, Maryland.
And I bet you I know who that was.
Yes. So, it's, I think it's a credit to the quality of who Bob Jumper is.
Yes.
So I'll mention him by name, and he was recognized at our staff meeting. So I just wanted to share this. We don't get a ton of these types of letters. So someone who took the time to draft this and send it, I think, deserves the time to have it shared with the group.
Bob finds that cemetery very, very important to him. It becomes so very personal. He does a great job. You accomplished that.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Matt.
I didn't have anything, so.
Okay, Mark.
Nothing very much.
Chief.
We have been onboarding a new firefighter, probationary firefighter. On Friday, we will be swearing him in. It's at 1 o'clock, and you're all welcome to that swearing in this Friday at 1 o'clock. If you'd like to come.
Yes, sir. Great, good news, thanks. Chief? Okay. Mr. Clerk?
Nothing tonight.
Okay. Corrections on the I did want to take just a quick second, kind of piggybacking a little bit on what Spencer was talking about. He was talking about an employee in the city, which all those guys are great. But I would have just kind of mentioned something that a resident did. When Amy and I go to the store, we have a little envelope of money we put aside every week for groceries. Well, yeah, you saw that on Facebook. Somehow, it wasn't me, it was her, came home, I can't find the envelope anywhere. So she tore the house apart, couldn't find it. She actually dropped the envelope, which had, I don't know, $150 in it, whatever it was, in cash in the Kroger parking lot. Well, someone named Brittany, I won't mention her last name, but posted that she had found an envelope somewhere with some writing on it, and if you can tell me what it is, I know it's yours. So we went kind of back and forth. So just to comment on the people that are probably the best. She could have very easily just walked away and never said anything about it. We would have never, I would have made a new envelope, but what was in it would be gone. So thank you, Brittany, very much. We appreciate that. It's a great reflection on the community, I think, as a whole. So I also wanted to thank Joe Harvey for coming up and helping us with the swearing in. But a fantastic job for his third grade on the job, whatever it was. So our next meeting is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. I think we have one more piece of business.
I move to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Actually opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen.
Copy of the letter.